We're Press Corps Troop 552. Come along with us as we earn our senior textile badge.
A staple of the Girl Scout journey is badge earning. Girl Scout badges are a fun way to learn new things and think outside of the box. We decided to earn the textile badge. Even though this is a senior badge, there are corresponding badges in each level, so multi-level troops can take part as well. The goals of badge work are to have fun, learn something new, and think outside of the box. Strategies for creative badge work include thinking local, thinking about what convenient options you have, but then thinking farther. Step outside of your comfort zone and learn something new. Also think about your community. Not just Girl Scout events, but what's happening in your community that relates to your badge. Think about your connections. Who do you know that could help you with your badge? Also, think about your passions. What does your troop love? How can you connect that topic to the badge you're working on? In order to think locally, we visited the Mexicart Museum's Textile Showcase.
Mexico is a strong cultural influence on Texas. Mexicarte is a museum in Austin, close to where we meet, that celebrates art from Mexico. We didn't know much about art and Mexican culture, so we decided to check it out. While we were there, we learned about the art of Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, and saw silkscreen prints and other art celebrating this holiday. In this local museum, we discovered the rich textile heritage in the country it celebrates and took the first step on our badge work journey.
After a serendipitous encounter with a giant sign bearing the words Quilt Show in large letters, one of our Girl Scouts reported back to the troop with information about the exhibition. Together, we planned a visit to the show and met up to explore the quilts that were displayed, giving us an opportunity to learn about a form of textile art that we hadn't had much experience with before: decorative quilts. Here's a conversation one of our Girl Scouts had with a quilter at the show.
I'm Campbell, and I'm part of the Girl Scouts of Central Texas Press Corps, and we're here at the Central Texas Quilt Show talking to Dee Dee Powell, who's been a quilter for 15 years. So can you talk about a little bit about how quilting has changed over time?
Like I said, I think now today in this quilt show that we have more modern quilts. They're more utilitarian quilts that people make to use on their beds, and rather than a quilt that you'd hang on the wall, those types of things. And they have more space for quilting rather than sewing, so you might have larger pieces. So you're doing a lot more of the quilting itself, not just the sewing of the pieces together, but the quilting itself is showing more. And then we've seen a lot more art quilts. People who take quilts and put them together and make photographs or make landscapes, or even just their interpretation of a railing. I mean, there's just so many different ways that you can do a quilt.
We looked at these quilts and the materials and tools that are used to make them, and returned from the event with lots of ideas for our own textile projects.
After thinking about people who worked with textiles in our community, we realized that one of our members' moms is an avid knitter, seamstress, and quilter. She talked to us at one of our meetings, bringing with her examples of her work and materials for each of us to loom knit a fuzzy hat. With the table piled high with looms and yarn, we got to weaving. As we knit the night away, we realized that not only were we learning more about textiles, but we were also strengthening our connections with a textile artist in our community.
Since we all have a passion for reading, we decided to complete a service project to donate books and bookmarks. After doing research on types of bookmarks, we chose to sew one using felt. We discovered a simple technique using 2 squares of fabric and used it to create bookmark monsters, harnessing our passion for books to craft a textile project that will do good in the world.
By the end of our project, we had collected over 150 books that we donated to Bookspring.
By stepping out of our comfort zone as we thought local, exploring at an event in our city as we thought community, looking at who we knew as we thought connections, and focusing on our interests as we thought passionate, we earned the Senior Textile Badge. By above all thinking creatively, we stepped up our badge game and hopefully inspired you too.